welcome back. Now, if you're a fan of jazz music, you're about to be in heaven because world-class jazz musicians are coming to Tucson for 10 full days.
Now, not only to tell us about the Tucson Jazz Festival, but also to perform for us are Jimmy Heath, Elliot Glicksman, and Tony Frank, along with the trio. You guys, thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Elliot, I want to get right to it. Kind of tell us about, there's so much to talk about, so kind of tell me about the shows.
I'll try not to talk too fast, but people are coming from New York, Chicago, Kansas City, Milwaukee, to see these shows, and folks in Tucson can just drive down the street and see them. And there really is something for everyone. If you like Latin jazz, we've got Pancho Sanchez at the Fox on Thursday the 21st. If you like New Orleans jazz, we got Kermit Ruffins and his Barbecue Swingers coming out to close the show on the 24th. We've got free concerts all day, Martin Luther King Day. We've got the Rad Trads with local favorite who's been in New York now for a few years, Arthur Migliazza, opening the show for the Fox. This Friday, we've got Snarky Puppy, Grammy Award winner, and afterwards we've got Hurricane Carla Brownlee and her saxophone band with the Risky Rhythm Review. But for my money, the greatest thing is this Thursday night, Jimmy Heath, who in his 90th year, the man who introduced Miles Davis to John Coltrane, is coming here because he's a teacher, and he's with the Ellington Band, which are these high school kids who have won the Ellington competition in New York City 2 of the last 3 years. And he's a teacher, and it's so great to have a jazz legend like Jimmy Heath come down here and work with these kids. So with that, I don't want to talk anymore. If there is one other show, if you like an R&B crooner, singer, jazz singer, Liz Wright's going to be at the Rialto. She's amazing. But go to TucsonJazzFestival.org, see all the shows. TucsonJazzFestival.org. What was that?
TucsonJazzFestival.org. I'll help you. I got you.
I'm glad you were listening. Okay.
Right. Well, as you said, Elliot, Jimmy Heath, it's a pleasure to have you here with us today and a pleasure to have you in Tucson. And you've been doing this for a very long time. So what do you attribute to your longevity in both your life and also in jazz?
Luck.
Luck, that's easy.
That's a really good suggestion.
I have a weird feeling there's a little bit of skill and some other things. The good gentlemen behind you are all, shaking their head. I mean, what does it feel for you to be a part of this?
Well, I hope to always be a part of the continuum of jazz in the world and to offer something of note to the young kids who are coming up in our footsteps.
Definitely. And you're performing with the Ellington Band, as Elliot said. So what does that mean to you to be performing with them?
Well, it'd be my first time to perform with such a young group as that. And it's an education for me at the same time. I hope I'm offering something to them.
Well, and you will. I'm sure you will.
I'm sure an honor. This is amazing to have you here with us today. And Tony, you're a part of, local jazz and being a part of this festival. You're standing up here with Jimmy. Kind of tell me how you're feeling about it all.
It's kind of surreal. It's the last 2 years of jazz in Tucson has been a renaissance. It's been an explosion. I've never seen a jazz festival be so successful on its first run out, right, Elliot? That was pretty remarkable. And now we've got, Elliot was just telling me, we're surpassing ticket sales right now. But we also have, Elliot talked about the concerts. We have on Martin Luther King Day, a full day of jazz downtown, 2 stages, but there's also 3 other stages at clubs. And I'll be host places like
Elliott's Playground.
Elliot, Playground and Maynard's for one, but I'll be hosting at Elliott's 4 bands from 4 p.m. until 1 a.m., which culminates in my big super jam session. That's everybody and all the jazz players in town.
I love that. Yeah. We really want to get to the music and hear you guys perform for us today. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a breakdown of what they can expect for the festival. And again, I want to thank you all for coming. Jimmy Heath, thank you so much for coming. Tony Frank Trio, you guys always rock. And Elliot, thank you for coming on and telling us all about it. Now, again, the Tucson Jazz Festival starts tomorrow and runs through the 24th as a special for viewers attending tomorrow night's concert at the Fox Theater featuring the Kenny Warner Trio, the Ellington Band, and Jimmy Heath. Use special code KGA9MB to get 2-for-1 tickets. Just call 547-3040 or visit foxtucson.com or TucsonJazzFestival.org. Boom, I got it. For information on the Downtown Jazz Fiesta on Martin Luther King Day, log on to, again, TucsonJazzFestival.org.
Now here's a performance by the Tony Frank Trio and, of course, Mr. Jimmy Heath.
the setting for nights beyond forgetting. And through these moments apart, all the memories they live in my heart. When I recall the love I found, I kiss the ground on Green Dolphin Street. Supplied the setting for nights beyond forgetting. And through these moments apart, all the memories they live in my heart. Ooh, when I recall the love I found on, I kiss the ground on Green Dolphin Street. I kiss the ground.